In 2022, in the wild card round of the playoffs, technically it was early 2023, but the Minnesota Vikings faced off against the New York Giants at US Bank Stadium, wild card round. And Kirk Cousins threw 7 yards, 6 yards short of the sticks. The Giants eliminated the Vikings out of the playoffs that year, and Daniel Jones looked like an absolute Hall of Famer. That has now come full circle because Daniel Jones, I'm sure by the time that you're seeing this, you've heard Daniel Jones just got signed by the Minnesota Vikings for the veteran minimum. It's a signing that makes complete sense. It sounds kind of weird to think that we just signed Daniel Jones, but for it just makes sense. Kevin O'Connell's proven to be kind of like a quarterback whisperer, I guess, to a point, which I thought we were all a little kind of jumping the gun to call him that last year. But with what he's done with Sam Darnold, I think it's fair to give him that label to this point. So you think about the tools that Daniel Jones has: 6'5", he can run, he's Vanilla Vic. He could be fun under Kevin O'Connell. Will we ever see him in a game? I don't know, because right now he's on the practice squad. Will he overtake Brett Ripien soon enough for quarterback 3? Yeah, probably. But let me just pull this up here. Yeah, we got him for the veteran minimum. I believe the Giants have to pay him $11.8 million for him to not be on the roster. So zero risk to Minnesota, who has a good little amount of cap room anyway. But again, this move doesn't really hit your cap at all. So yeah, it just makes perfect sense. I think this is something to where we might not see Daniel Jones this year, although there's a good chance he could overtake Nick Mullins for quarterback 2. He's never going to beat Darnold out for the starting job, but we're starting to see Darnold get banged up a little bit. He's been taken out of a couple games for at least a drive this year, most recently this past Sunday against Chicago, and he's been fine, but injuries add up, as you know. And again, I'm not saying Daniel Jones is going to be starting a game for the Vikings at any point this year. He might get in. Again, if they're going to a quarterback 2, it's going to be Nick Mullins more than likely before Daniel Jones gets put in there. So it's just a move that I think really could pay off in the future. I would be fine. I was fine with the rumor that Daniel Jones would be J.J. McCarthy's backup before we knew he was getting straight up released by the Giants. The idea of Daniel Jones getting signed in the offseason and backing up McCarthy next year if they didn't want to bring back Darnold, I was kind of on board for that. And I think that that's something that can legitimately happen. But thinking about it, I don't know if there's a better spot for Daniel Jones to be with the coaching staff, with the situation the Vikings are in. Daniel Jones can really, really learn from Kevin O'Connell. He can get practice reps in with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. Just kind of, I guess, learning from, I don't want to say learning from Sam Darnold, although Sam Darnold can definitely teach him a thing or two. But yeah, this is just I think it's a win all around for everybody. Like if you're the Vikings, why wouldn't you want to take a flyer on a 6'5"? Daniel Jones is talented. He's talented. He's 6'5". He's mobile. You could even throw Daniel Jones. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to start any games, but you could throw Daniel Jones like some kind of Jones package out there, kind of like the Steelers do with Justin Fields now, and you can have that threat. So it adds a lot of flexibility. It gives the Vikings an option at quarterback. At quarterback too, because J.J. McCarthy is the only one under contract next year in the quarterback room. So, and again, pending they re-sign Sam Darnold, I don't know if Nick Mullins is going to come back, especially now that seems like they want to invest in Daniel Jones. And by the way, Kevin O'Connell very bad at hiding the fact that they were interested in Daniel Jones. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago he was doing a press conference and they asked him about the interest in Daniel Jones, and the little smirk he was giving at the end of the answer, just, we see right through you, Kevin. You can't hide it. But yeah, again, veteran minimum. The Giants have to pay him over almost $12 million. Jones gets to work with Kevin O'Connell. Like if you're upset about this move because you think Daniel Jones sucks, like you're completely missing the point. This is a good move. This is a win for both sides. Daniel Jones gets to learn from Kevin O'Connell. Josh McCown gets a great coaching staff. It's a great organization. Some of the best facilities, if not the best facilities in the NFL. If not, it might be the best organization from just a standpoint, not winning, obviously, but just from a standpoint of day-to-day, the organization might be the best in the NFL. And it's been voted that way, at least by players, the past couple of years. So it's a win for Jones. It's a win for the Vikings. Vikings, very low risk. They get a first-round talent. We starting to be able to tell. I mean, you could tell a couple of years ago that Boise really loved, and I guess Kevin to that point really loved reclamation projects like Jalen Naylor. The forgotten one is was his name Ross Blacklock, defensive tackle. I might be completely getting his name. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like Rager, Blacklock, Darnold, now Jones. Starting to sense a pattern to where they think they can take these players that had this high draft pedigree and the talent worthiness of an early draft pick, and seeing if they can get the best out of them. So how can you be mad at it? I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of excited for Danny Dimes time in Minneapolis, and you should be too. There's no reason to be against it. So if you're upset about this, don't. If you're not upset about this, you have the right mindset, because I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but only good can come from it. Daniel Jones isn't going to be the starter. So you can get a decent, a bestie of a good QB2, you can throw out into different types of packages. Like I said, the Steelers do it with Justin Fields. So that's it for me. You guys be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you to the channel members. Be on the lookout for Social. If it's already out by the time you see this, go back and watch it. We'll be talking about the Cardinals game coming up, and I'm sure we're going to talk about Daniel Jones. So we will see you guys later. Skol.